Hey, what's up? This is Kai Kawai, and if you're using All-in-One Profits to build your capture pages and your squeeze pages, and you want them to really pop, then you're going to want to see this tutorial. Also, stick around to the end of the video because I'm going to give you a free gift that will help you shortcut what I'm showing you today in the tutorial. If you're ready to go, let's head to my computer.
Okay, so here we are in the splash page builder for All-in-One Profits, and this is one of the common pages that you'll see out there for capturing emails or promoting. You'll see one that has an image behind it, and then this like semi-transparent box, and then it'll have a headline or maybe an image or something, and then a capture form on the bottom. So here's the problem that I ran into when I was building building a page using this is this form. So if we just put a headline real quick, this is my big bad deal, and we hit, oops, let me scroll down here, and we update, and let's just view the splash page. So if you just have this headline, maybe even 2 lines, it's going to fit all on this page. This one doesn't have a background image, but you get the gist of it. It's centered and it's semi-transparent. But here's what happens when you add either more lines to this or you use the other boxes of text, because most of the time you want some kind of call to action right about there, right above the actual capture form. So if we go back into the builder and we go to that next text box here, because it says headline number 2, so the font will be a little bit smaller than that, the first one. So we'll just put, this is the second line in my capture page, and then we scroll down, hit update settings. Oh, and by the way, if you look at this, you can see that it updates right here once you update. So that gives you an idea. I like looking at it on a full screen, like what my viewers would be looking at if they followed my link and came to my capture page. So now if you put that on there, you'll see that it pushes it down a little bit. And then if we go back into our page here and say we want to put that, enter your name and best email to get all the details. And we hit update, and then we go back up here and we refresh, and you see that it pushes it down, and it's not really, this is kind of, there's a big gap right here. So it just looks, the spacing looks off. And then if you look right here, it gets really close to the edges. So I would imagine if you type well, let's try it. We'll type a longer headline. This is my big bad deal and how you can get it too. We'll just update here and refresh. So now it dropped down a line and it pushed this down a little bit further. So that was kind of the problem that I had with this form, is that the spacing was weird, and then it started pushing my capture part of the form down. So here's what I did. I'll show you one of the pages that I made. So I'm just going to use this one here. So same thing, I put an image obviously behind it. It's got a semi-transparent box here so you can see the image behind it. If you'll notice, the spacing's like, it looks normal instead of the big gaps that are pushing that form down. So all of this fits all on one page, and it's got different font colors obviously, and you can, in here you can change, you can go into the editor for this and change these colors. But in this particular form, you can't really change the background color of the box either. So you're stuck with whatever this is. So say you don't like black, say you want white like this one, or you want bright green, or you want to try a different color. Pretty much stuck with what they are. So how did I do this right here? How did I get it to space better and fit all on the page? and kind of make this pop, make it stand out a little bit more. So here's what I did. I made a form where I took all the spacing out. So let me show you what that looks like. Right here, there's no, this line is the first headline, this is the second one, and then this is the call to action. If we just scroll over, you can see that here, and then enter your email. And if we go to this page, enter your name and your email. So let me just show you kind of what that looks like. So if we right click here, we go to the page source. This is the code that's behind that form builder. And if we look right here, this is where that form starts. So right at this mark right here, and then it goes down here. So it's the max width right here. It says 670 pixels wide. So what that is that's from this edge to this edge right here. That's how wide it is. And then it says the background color is 000, or excuse me, 000, and then 0.8. So what does that mean? Well, this RGBA, there's a tool you can use called Hex Color Tool. And if we go in here and we change these numbers here to match what's in that form, so we go 000, 0, and then we go to this little part right here and go 0.8, you'll see that that's that black, but it's semi-transparent. So the 0.8 is what makes it semi-transparent. Right now, if we were to put this to 1, it's completely opaque, or it's 100% filled in. But if you want to mess with the opacity or make it more transparent, then you can go 0.8, which will make it less. And then if you want to take it even more transparent, you can go 0.5, and you can see it's almost completely see-through. So you can play with that with any color. But going back to this example here, that's where that tells you what the black box is right here. And then if we go down to the first headline, so this is my big bad deal, remember I typed that up. It shows it's H1 style, and that is a font size of 34 pixels high. Then it adds this padding right here. And then same thing with the next line. It's 30 pixels high, H2, headline 2, and there it is. This is the second line of my capture page. Then it adds 10 pixels of padding. And then if you come to the last line, same thing. It's 16 pixels high, but it adds this padding again. So that's why we have this page with all this wonky space here, and it keeps pushing the form down. So all I did with this form here is take out all that padding, so that way you didn't have to deal with it. And now this is a good foundation for you to use, and we're going to build a page together here really quick. But once this is inside of the page builder, as I show you how to insert it, you can change all of these things by just looking at it and using the tools in the page builder. So let's do that now. So we're going to go to the page builder, and we're just going to make a new page, and we'll create. And then every time you create a new page in the splash builder, you have to choose a form. And again, the reason I don't like the forms is if I want to do something different with my headline, I don't want to place the video here, I want the form to look different, then if I try to update any of this stuff, the form spacing and all that is what you're going to be contending with. And so you're really limited. It is really good for a beginner or a basic if you just want to put something on there, but just know that these little tweaks will really help you stand out, especially if you're promoting say a program like All-in-One-Profits where there are a lot of people promoting it out there. You'll be able to stand out. So what we're going to do is, instead of using this form like we had that one, we're going to choose this empty page because we're going to copy our own form onto our page. So we just hit update template, and now we have to scroll back down and go back to edit page. So now we have just a blank page here. And the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how to change the background. So we're going to change picture, and it comes with all these pre-selected or pre-made textures and colors for you. But if you want to use your own image, you have to hit upload your own picture. So if we click on that, we go here. Now I have some already preloaded in here, but if you wanted to get one off your hard drive, you would just hit browse, choose where it is on your hard drive, and then click upload photo, and it would show up here. So since we already have some here, to save time, I'm just going to go back to change picture. Now to select it to use on your page, you have to use this little drop down menu. So hit the arrow, and then it gives you all these lists, and you want to go up to the top where it says upload your uploaded pictures. Click on that and then hit select. And then it will show you all the different pictures you already have. So we're going to choose our money background again, and we want to update picture. And that shows you that you chose this picture and kind of enlarges it. And then you got to come back down and go back to edit page. All right, so now it should show a picture, which it does, and that's your background. Before we go on, I just want to point this out right here on this side. This title right here is what's going to show up on your tab here. So like I named that title of that page Power of 2. You would want to name it that so when it pops up in somebody's browser, it doesn't just say your site title. It doesn't look generic. All right, so now what we want to do is we want to copy our form into our page. So we're going to go into this section right here, and we'll just take this form and highlight it all to the top and hit Control-C to copy. Then go back to our page, and then we're going to hit this little HTML source, and it takes us into this editor. And then we want to just hit Control-V or paste it in there, and we're going to hit Update. And then before we go further, if you wanted to save it completely to your page, because that just updated what's in this box, you want to save it to your page. So hit Update Settings. Now if we scroll to the bottom where it gives you that preview, it shows you this. I'm going to open it up in a tab so you can see it. So we'll hit View Splash Page. So now this is what your viewer would see if they clicked on your link and they came to your page that's promoting whatever you want to promote. It would look like this, and that matches exactly with the page that I had pre-built. This is a live page, so we're not going to mess with that one because I have traffic coming to it. All right, so this is what our new page looks like. Different colors, stands out, has these cool blue borders around it. You can change those colors, has a call to action on it, and it's all spaced up, it's all on one page, and it's not pushing off the page like this one is trying to do. So say you want to do something different with this. This is where I was talking about it's a really good foundation, because you can just come here and now you can just highlight this, you can change the font, the size, you can change the color. We could change this to I don't know, bright blue or bluish green, update, and then come here and refresh. It's not very good with a with a white box. So let's talk about that. Let's really make our page pop here. So one of the ways you can do that is by making a customized graphic or image where you make like glowing text, let's say. So I'm going to go here and I'm going to come down, and the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take all of this text right here and I'm just going to delete it. And I'm going to click somewhere above that text here because I'm going to insert an image. I'm going to make sure it's centered by hitting this center button. And I already have an image saved here on my website. If you're an All-in-One Profits member already, then you'll have your own website. You can either use a subdomain from All-in-One Profits, or the best way to do it is to register your own domain, and then that way it looks like mine does right here, kaikawai.com. Okay, so I copied this location of where I have this image stored. We're going to go back and we're going to insert it. The way you do that is you click on this insert image, and then you're going to paste your URL for your image in there, and just click somewhere else and it'll show you that the image is 600 pixels wide by 300 pixels tall. So remember that it's the height of whatever you put in there that's going to push your text or your box your email form down the page. So you want to be aware of how tall a picture you have. So we're just going to hit insert, and you kind of see it update right there. Hit update settings now that you have it in there. Then we're going to come back up and we will refresh the page, and you'll see there's your image right there, and it's all on one page. So here's something. This was really made for a dark background, that dark box, kind of like the first page, a black box. So how do I change that? We're going to go back into the builder here, and if we come down to the HTML editor, I'm going to show you where to do that. So right now, remember I showed you that this form is just our capture form right here. It's not going to mess with the background at all. So the max width is 700 pixels wide, and then it says the background color, and that's that RGBA 255, 255, 255. If we were to come over here and put that in here, that 255 3 times, that's white. So what we want to do is, let's use this dark color, but we want to make it 0.8 opacity, where it's just a little bit see-through, but not all the way. Okay, so we could just take this and copy it, Control C, and then go back into our code editor, and we can come right to this spot here and highlight the whole thing, and then Control V and paste in our new code. So now if we update that, we have to go back to our builder, and you can see it already changed it in this box, but in order for us to save that change, we want to hit update settings. Now when we come to this page and we refresh, now it really pops. It looks like it's glowing, it stands off the page, and the only thing that we might have a problem with is this dark text right here. So how do we change that? Well, that's easy. You don't have to go into any code editors. You just come down here and we go into our text box here, and then we can just highlight that line. So we'll leave all the formatting and font formatting in. We just want to change the color of it. So let's change it to white. We're going to drop this down and just click white after we had it highlighted, and then we're going to update our settings again. Now when we go to this, we refresh, and now you can see your call to action. Enter your name and email below for all the details on how you can get the $10 biz that pays up to $30K a month. All right, so let's talk about this. And by the way, I'm actually giving you this form. So that's your special, that was your special promise that I made at the beginning of the video. You're actually getting this form for free, no opt-in. If you click the link below the video in the description, it's going to take you to a resource page where you can download this. You don't need to give me your name or your email. You can download it for free, copy it in, and then you'll be able to do all kinds of stuff with it like I'm showing you here. Let me just show you a couple more things about the form, and stay watching to the very end, because I also have to show you how to connect it to your own email campaign, because if you leave it the way it is, you're going to be sending me subscribers, and you don't want to do that. Okay. So let's say we want to change either this border, this blue border around here, or you want to change the color of this button, or you want to change the text in the button. Okay, so let's go back to our editor, and we're going to come down and we're going to look at the code editor. And let me show you where these things are. Okay, so the first input starts right here and goes to right here. This is the box where it says name. So this is this box right here. And if we're looking for the color of that border, so I'm going to click this off because it's highlighted. But if you come to right here, there's a hex code with the pound sign in front of it. So let's highlight that and hit Control C, and then go to hex color tool. We're just going to type that or copy it in, and it'll show you. So there's that blue color, and if you look at this, that's that blue color that's outlining that. So say we want to make that white, so it just blends in and there's no blue border at all. Well, what was the color for white? If you don't know, we can come to the hex color tool, and let's go over here. We'll just slide this over and then maybe slide it all the way over, or actually slide it all the way to this side right here. So now your box is white and this is our hex code. So we could just highlight that, Control C, and then we go back into our code, and we already had that highlighted. So all we got to do is right click and paste that. Now you see it change. You hit update, and we got to go back and update the whole page, and go in and refresh, and you'll see our border, our blue border is gone. Okay, now let's take a look at how do we change the text on the button and the button color. So let's go back into our form here, and by the way, if you wanted to change the next box, which was the email box, so this first input here, it says name is the name and value is the name. That's how you know it's the name field. So if we go to this next input and it goes all the way to right here, if you look at this one, it says name equals email, value equals email. That's how you know it's the email box. So if you wanted to change that color border, it's right there. But this, so starting at this input all the way down to here, all of these things change the look of your button, okay? So if we wanted to change the color of the button, it says background color. This is the color of your button right here. So I'm going to copy that and go to our hex color tool, and then we're going to paste that in, and you'll see that's that yellow color. And if you look on your form, that's the yellow color. So let's say we wanted to make it like bright green. So we'll go over here and we'll make it about that green right there. So we just slide that over till you get the green you want. You know, you can darken it if you want, or you can lighten it up. And then once you have the hex code you want, you just highlight it, including the pound sign or hashtag, Control C and copy it. And then we want to go back into our code. And it's already highlighted there. So we're just going to right click and paste. And then we update. Go back to the page builder and update the settings. And now there's our bright green button right there. And actually green probably looks better with the money background. One final thing before I show you how to connect your email campaign to this form, so you're actually getting the subscribers, let me show you how to change this right here. You probably, or you may have seen it already as we were going back and forth with the code. And if we come down, you can either come here and actually, you might be thinking you could highlight this. You can't. Unfortunately, I don't have it set up that way. You have to actually go into the code, and that's why I'm showing it to you. So hit HTML and go into the editor, and you'll see there's the value, and it says, yes, show me how. So let's say we wanted to change it to yes, let me in. So we'll hit update, update settings, and then when we come here, that's how you change your font, or excuse me, what the actual text is on the button. All right, so here's the important part. We come down to the editor one more time, and we go inside the code. We come down right here. This is the input section for the email. It's the All-in-One Profits campaign for your email. So this is the number of the campaign that I'm using. So that's what I'm saying. If you leave it on here and you start promoting a page and you leave this number in there, they're going to be going to my email autoresponder campaign that's designated by this number. So how do you find the number of your campaign? So this assumes that you've already made your campaign up and you're just wanting to use this form and set it up to capture subscribers for that email campaign. So you would come here to your autoresponder campaigns. I'm just going to choose this one, and you click on it, And the way you know it's dealing with the one that you've clicked on is it'll say active campaign, and that should match the one that you want to add to this form. So once you know you're on the right one, you just scroll down a little bit and you go here where it says click here to edit. So we click that, and it takes you to the edit settings for your autoresponder, and this is where you can update different settings. So you go to this drop down here, and then you go all the way to the bottom where it says HTML form. So you click on that, and it gives you a number right here. That is your email campaign number that you want to use. So set your campaign up, and then you have to go into this prospects list HTML form to get the actual number. So once you get that number, you'll highlight it, right click and copy it, and then you'll come back over to the code for your form, and you'll paste it right between those quotation marks there, and then update, and then go back and make sure you update your page. And that's the final thing you do. So you can make a cool little capture form like this that stands out, glowing text. You could put an image there, you could put a video there, and you can set it up for any of your email autoresponder campaigns. Hopefully this was helpful. I know it was something that I had to figure out, and so hopefully it saves you some time. If you like the video, please click the like button or comment on it. If you know somebody that you think will benefit from it, please share it with them. And again, it's free. Don't worry about having to give me your name or your email. Follow the link below the video, go to the resource page and get it for free. Thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.